That should get us right on the soap. Today we are using black wash. Is that right side up or is that upside down? Well, this is the way it's going to be. C4 black wash, which is a pretty good soap. And we have our sterling bore. Now I've confused myself. I ended up having both the C4 black wash toner and splash. We'll put these up here so that they're out of the way. This is the unmoistened thing. I'm going to put a little water on top of that while I'm getting the bore is kind of ready. I'm going to fling the water out. And this is the accumulator here. So what we do is we swirl on this. Now because it's a bore, you can see the liquid, some more water coming out of the bristles. And I'm letting that drip into the accumulated previous lathers. Black wash is a wonderful smell. I don't know how to explain it. I'll just read off what it says here. It says bergamot, jasmine, plum, leather, oak moss, incense, and sandalwood. So it's a pretty complex fragrance. So now we have here the dried stuff, and see how it just kind of folds all up there. Now I know I'm going to need to add water to this, but I'm kind of getting things mushed around into it, and this is going to be practice for another thing coming up. Then we'll take a little water from here and just drip it in there. So approaching the lather from the bottom end of the water band. See how it's smoothed out already, and now it's not lathering yet. It's just a lot of what we'll call pre-lather. See how that is on the side. So let's dip the tips. You see, as you're approaching the water band from the bottom side, you can see it start to thicken up a little bit, or loosen up, I guess, in our case. So we'll dribble a little bit more water on there. I had a dear friend that was more of a soap technician than I am. He would add water to his, coming from below lathers, with a spray bottle, which I have somewhere, but I've forgotten where it's at. See, as it is now, we got a real heavy. I'm going to try for maybe a little bit lighter. So we're going to add a little bit more water, just a few drops. It doesn't take much. See how it really kind of just prior to what I'll call an explosion. It'll come bursting forth with this next little bit of water here. See how we drip it in there. See how the volume of it kind of came up. And it doesn't take very much, but if you have a fussy soap, then this would be how you'd want to approach it. Something that's got a real narrow band. You start with a paste and then work water into it until it starts to lather, and then you end up with a whole bunch of it. See how that works? And that was just from a few drops. So that's how you get a real thick lather. And then we can turn it right back up here without really touching anything, just doop, lather it down. This will be good for the picture-in-picture for our next sequence.